got you, yes he do. If you got spirit.
What's up, everybody? Welcome or welcome back. Your higher self thanks you for finding your reading. I just want to go ahead and not even waste any time and get right on into it. So if you're new here, how this works is you pick a card. Pick an image with your third eye, not your first and second eye, whatever you are drawn to, whatever calls to you, and just intuitively, don't think too hard about it. Just whichever one you feel is for you. Sometimes it can be more than one. It can be a couple, or it can be all three. Sometimes I've noticed that some people actually will just watch the whole video and just get nuggets of information from each pile, and one will probably resonate more than the other. I see that all the time in the comments. But you can use this as a tool for however you want to use it for. This is for you, and your intuition. So don't make things fit that don't need to fit. This is not a personal reading. I do offer those. You can text my line. Send a quick text message. We can set something up same day. I do text readings. I do phone call readings. I do FaceTime readings. They start at $15 for 15 minutes. Very affordable. I want to be here for you, of service. This is my calling and my job, so you don't see a lot of readers that do that, but I am willing to put myself out there and engage with my actual community and the people who are drawn to my style of reading. So if you want something personal, we can work that out, but don't look at this as a way to get every single thing answered, because this is for the group, this is for the collective, and to be used as a tool alongside your own intuition, your own psychic abilities. I'm just doing the heavy lifting and the yapping. We're connecting at this moment, but I don't want to keep this too long. I would love if you like the video, so put a comment, some purple hearts, say hey, whoop-de-woo, whatever. That signals to the YouTube algorithm that this is content worth watching, and I always want to create content that is worth watching. Other than that, I love you. I mean it. I will see you at your reading. Bye for now.
Divination, he got you, yes he do. If you got.
What up, pile number one? Welcome to your reading on what they secretly think about you, right? So, interesting enough, I almost have chills. I do have chills, but this pile gave me a heavy, knowing, not even a vibe, a knowing that you're somebody who is either an earth angel, and I don't use that term often. It's not it's not in my vernacular when it comes down to spiritual. I'm not like earth angels or angels, angels in general. I believe they exist, but it's just not part of my, my vernacular. But y'all have strong guardian angels, or you have a strong affinity for angels. You may have literally, you may have angels in your jewelry, or a closeness or a resonance to the idea of angels. It may be a thing for you. Your name could be Angel, or a variant of Angel, like Angelica or Angela or Angie or something like that. Angel, whatever. But it's giving some strong thing about guardian angels, guides, just divinity itself. You may be a master number in numerology, 11, 22, 33, maybe born on a day like the 11th or the 22nd or something like that. You have a strong ascended master type of thing going on with you. Is guided. You may have a lot of your planets in the 12th house, particularly maybe your sun, because I did roll the dice and you have the sun in Scorpio in the 12th house. This is beyond the veil, in maybe even the afterlife, ancestors, and the 12th house is all spiritual. Is everything spiritual? And when I see the sun in the 12th house or certain planets in the 12th house, it speaks of say you have things watching over you. And if the sun is in the 12th house, that thing that watches over you, is there. It makes itself known to you all the time. Unlike, say, I have my Jupiter in the 12th house. People with Jupiter in the 12th house have a quiet guardian angel that kind of maybe sets things up in the back, behind the scenes to kind of save us from certain things, or push us in different directions, just watching over us. But it's very quiet though. It's very subtle. Blessings come in the background and things like that. For you, they come up front, loud, and in your face. They your blessings smack you in the face sometimes. Hey, we're here. They come in screaming at you. Yeah, we here. It's you may have the ability to, not to scare anybody, but mediumship to communicate with the dead. You may have a strong relationship with your ancestors, to the point where you just talk to them like it's normal. Like you just be by yourself just talking like a motherfucker. So yeah, da, 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 da. And like, you know, people would think you were crazy. I know you're not crazy, but I feel like you have a strong connection to what's other people can't see, and not in a crazy way. You know, like not like I hear the voices. Like it's a difference. But that aside, I just had to confirm that for somebody. I felt like Sun in Scorpio in the 12th house. God, that's strong mediumship. I think my mother has that exact placement. She's a Scorpio and it is in 12th house, and she is a very strong medium. The ability to see, to communicate and be communicated with the things that other people can't, you know? And that is probably a blessing, but feels like a curse. It probably felt like a curse growing up, especially. But that aside, it's you know exactly the thing that needs to be said without knowing why, without even you know how someone feels without them being in the room. It's a very strong perception. And just how you kind of like how like your intuition kind of penetrates people, it probes people, like you pull the truth out of people, whether they're ready to or not, whether you even know that you're doing it or not. It's instinctive. It's not conscious. You say the thing that's on the person's mind, you say the thing that they're thinking or feeling, and you put it into words, or you bring it to light in a way that can be kind of shocking to people or unnerving to people. So a lot of people may feel uncomfortable in your presence and don't know why. So next time you feel like people are acting weird, you know, why are they acting so why are they so weird? They couldn't tell you why, because it's a strong just energy of like, oh my God. And people who have bad intentions for you may feel sick in your presence. That saves you a lot of time. Like say people, and you may not know that they have bad intentions. They may be really good bad actors. Good bad actors. Yeah, they're really good at being a bad actor. These people, like, so before your consciousness or your physical self can even be aware that this person is not good, or this person has like some bad intentions for you, that spiritual, that angel that you have watching over you, that spiritual guide that you have standing right in the front, like it makes them feel sick. Like there are people who like literally either they get nervous around you, or like the words don't come out right. They don't feel themselves. They're like, okay, I can't mess with them. I don't know what it is. I can't even, like, fuck it. Like waving the white flag, you in, block. So people may like pop up and then just completely go. When people pop up in your life and before y'all even get like a good rapport, and they just go away, just vanish, just ghost, like almost like they're running away. That's why. That's exactly why they can't play with you. And they don't even know why they can't play with you. And they just get sick. I have never given that message before ever in my life. So I know that's confirmation for somebody. But get into what else people secretly think about you. The Temperance card comes up. This is how you show up. You show up as a person who is very well integrated in themselves, comfortable in their own skin. It could also be like an androgynous kind of person as well. Like you give masculine energy and feminine energy at the same time. You know, you have completely integrated those two parts of yourself, the masculine, divine masculine in you, and the divine feminine. So it comes across as somebody who can be soft when they need to be soft. They can be quiet when they need to be quiet, but they can also take the lead, and they can go after the things that they want. You don't feel, you know how to shift gears very well. You may actually be able to drive a stick. But I mean, you can shift metaphorical gears really well when it comes down to what lane to be in. You take your time with things. Say you like, especially if you are a person who crafts any kind of thing, makes any kind of thing. Like even if it's just like creating a vibe, it's like it's not giving perfectionist, but it's giving everything has to be at the right time, the right amount, the right. It's like you know how exactly where to set the levels, and that's how you show up, and people find you to be almost like magic with that. You may actually do magic. This power may actually do like there's something alchemical about you. Something alchemical. Like you can turn junk into something that's valuable. You can turn nothing into something. It's almost like the transformer in a sense. Like that alchemy, that temperance energy is giving that. Also, you give somebody who has great restraint. a lot of restraint. So on a shadowy side of that, you may be a person who in the past may have struggled with, like, say, some kind of addiction or some kind of obsession or some kind of just like you may have been really susceptible to falling into that pattern of like escapism or going too hard or doing too much excesses. And so you have learned very well about yourself in that sense and have pulled it back. That's another Scorpio, Sun in Scorpio in the 12th house thing. It's the archetype of like the shadow side of that is the addict, or the person who goes to extremes in terms of indulgence or excessive tendencies. So and it's just and it's not a judgment, and it's not a character flaw. It's a lesson that your soul decided to learn in this lifetime. So what? And it feels like you have kind of come to the point of understanding that part of yourself. And if this resonates, don't make it fit if it don't fit. But like it comes across as somebody who is completely sober minded. Like it's people who live that journey or have been on that journey or are on that journey. They can spot it. They can be like, oh, that person is recovering from something. Like but like other people just see it as like, damn, you have a lot of restraint, or like you have a lot of you have a lot of discipline or willpower. It's a lot of willpower. But what sparks their curiosities about you? The Lovers in reverse. Which what triggers them? The Lovers in reverse. Why in reverse? Seven of Wands in reverse. So you're the type of person who maybe gone through some real toxic relationships before. Or you may be somebody who is just kind of like, right now at least, maybe against the idea of being in love or entertaining love. Like it's like this, you may be on a very self-possessed journey right now. I see it again with the Sun in the 12th house. This is about me. This is about me shining the light of who I am and understanding myself and self-knowledge by myself. It's like the energy of I don't need the noises in the room. I can't partner with a person right now or on a level that I want to be in a partnership, because I need to get some things straight with me first. And so and the thing about there's a certain energy about like when people step out of the step out of the game when it comes down to love and romance and like and don't want to be bothered. People like you attract people like flies to a light. Like it's like, when I was looking for love, where were y'all at? Like when I was looking for a relationship, where were y'all at? Like now when you don't want to be bothered, it's almost like, and that's a Scorpio thing in itself. Like not everyone gets that energy. Like I know when I don't want to be bothered, people know they don't. When I don't want to be bothered, people know I don't want to be bothered. Like I give off don't fuck with me vibes all the time. But when you do it, it's like it's almost enticing people. It's funny because it's like it makes people want what they can't have even harder. And you have this thing when like you're completely unbothered, unfazed, uninterested, it makes people try harder for some reason. Like it is to your annoyance. When you don't, like, people think you're playing hard to get or something. Like, no, I'm literally just hard to get. Like I'm not playing. Like why don't y'all believe me? It's giving that. But at the same time though, I think we're all human. You may find yourself in situations where you're like, I'm not looking for love, but there may be that one person, that one specific person with that one vibe that like no one else can break through, but they can. And you're like, oh my God, okay, fine, I'll give into it. And then when it doesn't work out, or like they can't penetrate, like say your energy beyond that moment, like pry in like further than that, they get disappointed and mad. And it's like, well, I told you I wasn't looking for that. Like you were really persistent. And I told you would be disappointed, and now you're disappointed, and now what? I told you so. It's like but for some reason, again, as we are human, the thing that triggers people or attracts people is this Eight of Cups. It's in reverse on my end. You give off the vibe of somebody who will walk away, but then backtrack and come back. You know, it's like, and it triggers people's abandonment issues. So you attract people who may be more anxious or people with an abandonment wound, like that be like, don't leave me, please don't leave me. Like it's giving that. I mean, this is what it is. Like you seem to do that thing, where it's like you say what you want up front, I think, but it's like somewhere down the line, the persistence or like the attraction may get the best of you, and you let them in a little bit, and then you pull back, and then they took that giving them a you know, like an inch into the doorway, like putting one foot in the door as access, and now you can't get rid of them. It's like, oh my God. And God forbid you form an attachment with this person. It's normally, like, at least right now, a on and off thing. Like, I want to be bothered. No, I don't. It's like, and this is what it is. I don't know if there's a message there to have stronger boundaries, or maybe to have like less boundaries. I don't know. You have to take that as take that for what it is. I'm not here to give you advice on that in this reading. This is about how people secretly think of you. They think of you as somebody who will push and pull, basically. Like, you walk away, but you'll come right back sometimes. Or like you give a little bit, but then you'll pull back. It's like almost like, here's some energy now until you give it back. Here's some access. Like, I'm gonna open the door for you, and right before you get in, I'm gonna close it on that. I'm gonna slam it on your ass. Sometimes you're like that. And I don't think you do that intentionally to hurt the other person or to give off that vibe, but it's like, I'm telling you this from their perspective. It reads as like, like I thought, like it's a practical joke or something. Take it for what it is. We're gonna pull some of these and close it out. Signs I see so far, or signs I saw: Leo, Scorpio, Pisces, Sagittarius, Gemini, Leo again, Capricorn. Stuck. You make them feel stuck, or they may feel that you're stuck. Like, why don't you move forward closer to me? Why don't you let this happen? Why don't you just let me be there? Because I don't want to. Which is what you say. Because I don't want to. Mercury in Gemini talks the talk. There's you. Talks the talk. What else we got? Last quarter moon in Leo. Thirsty! Not thirsty. Bottom of the deck is new moon in Virgo. Wake up from the fantasy. Disillusioned is your name of the game. Or will people like want to project the fantasy onto you? It bursts real quick, because like I am not that thing, baby. I'm not what you think I am. Never was, never will be. Sound off in the comments, let me know how this resonated. If it's resonated, remember, if you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings in all we do. Bye.
Blessings in all we do. Spirit guide you.
What's up, pile number 2? Welcome to your reading on what are their secret thoughts about you. Well, this pile is probably the most balanced and the most integrated of them all. Why do I say that? Yep, Justice, the Emperor, and Strength, all upright, all major arcana. Very strong energy. Without trying, it's almost like you influence the vibe of a room just by sitting in it. It's kind of what it gives. There's a certain quiet strength about you that that people just understand instantly. You have a certain a spiritual authority is kind of what I'm hearing. So you may be a more self-aware person than most, and that can be a blessing and a curse. But your vibe, though, I rolled the dice and you got Venus and Gemini in the 3rd house. That could be your placement, doesn't have to be. It gives the archetype of beauty and brains, and a little talkative. Like, your words are your power, by the way. Things that you speak into this universe become true, like, because they are true. You don't speak no lies. It's like, if it's worth being said, then it must be true. And so even when you're not 100% certain that what you're saying is a fact, lo and behold, you'll find out later that was the case. So it doesn't come across as someone with just like psychic powers. It's more grounded than that. It comes off of somebody who is a great mix of just pure logic and just common sense, and just a person who does their research, a person who is very well read, a person who is very well educated, mixed with like someone who does have, of course, a strong intuition. it can appear to other people as like somebody who just can read minds or something. Like it's like you speak the thing that a person may not be either able to articulate or put into words, and you make it real simple. It's da da da, and they're like, damn, like it'd be so few words, and it'll cut like that's exactly what I was thinking. That's what you do. Now Venus in Gemini in the 3rd house, I feel like you care a lot about a person's brain, their mind, the mental, how they come across, how they carry themselves, how they speak, more so than like just what they look like, you know. And that may carry over into like what you find attractive about yourself. It's like my looks are fine, whatever. Like I want you to be attracted to me. You know, I want to look nice, but it's like, but I'd rather you think of me as somebody who is just an amazing, a great thinker with a good head on their shoulders, and just a smart person. You know, you like a competent, smart, well-spoken person. That matters to you more than like someone thinking that you're pretty. You know, but I do get strong vibes that you are probably conventionally attractive, and that's the thing that makes people. You know, like, I mean, people are people. So it's like we're attracted to people on an unconscious level on whether or not we find them to be attractive, you know, like physically attractive. There's a lot of biological factors that go along with that, but it's superficial, yes. For the long run, like for a long-term relationship or like a actual real connection, it is superficial, but we have to start somewhere. And normally, what we find to be physically attractive is where we start, you know? So I do feel like you have that too. With justice being how you show up, that's Libran energy, baby. It's Libra. There's something very symmetrical about your face, or something very balanced about like just your whole thing. You know, you're nice to look at. It's kind of what I mean. Especially when you roll Venus, you're just nice to look at. But then when you start to speak, it's like, oh shoot, it's not like this person's just pretty. It's like they may push that to the side and like find you to be just like a really interesting person, and that's what you want. But you show up as justice, somebody who is honest, and they also, you understand this idea of karma and treating people the way, not just like how you want to be treated, but you'll take it a step further. I think without even like really thinking about this concept, I think about this concept because I think it's more true than treat people how you want to be treated. I'm like, I don't want you to treat me how you treat me. I want to be treated the way you treat yourself, or how you want to be treated, because I may not like how you treat yourself. I see how you treat yourself, and please don't treat me that way. Like treat me, like figure out how I want to be treated specifically, and act accordingly. I think that builds a stronger rapport than anything else. It's like, yes, you should treat people the way you want to be treated, especially if you don't know them very well. If that's, you know, that's a good standard. But let's take it a step further and try to be really, really mindful about treating people the way they want to be treated, you know? Figuring out what that looks like, and if you can deliver that, you know, I think that's way more powerful than just treating them how you want to be treated. Like how do they want to be treated? And I think you kind of live that way, like you on an unconscious level, you know. You're also really good with matching a vibe, and what I mean by matching a vibe, it's like you will meet people. I'm going to interact with you and engage with you on the same level as you're interacting with me. So if you're yelling at me, I'm gonna yell at you. like if you're nice to me, I'm gonna be sweet as pop. But if you're nasty to me, I'm gonna be mean to you as well. Like that's gonna be, I'm gonna match your tone. Let's start from there and see if you like it. So you do give that, especially that Emperor energy. You do give that. Like I'm gonna match your vibe. Clarify the Justice card. We do have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Another thing that of how you show up is sometimes you talk faster than a person can keep up with, or you'll give your facts, you give your truth, you speak your words, and it's like before they can really digest one part of it, it's like you're deeper down the rabbit hole, baby. You're already like at a place where it's like some people just can't keep up with you. And so you find yourself in situations where you're like either frustrated or feeling like not understood the way you want to be understood, because to meet your intellectual match, sometimes it feels like you have to work extra hard to find that person. You know what I'm saying? It's not to say that you're like just so smart, like you're just the smartest person ever. You are though. It's like, it's kind of giving it's not even the smartest person. It's like you're willing to go to the depths of like your thoughts and like really explore on a deeper level than most people are gonna do. Like most people don't want to use so much energy or brain power on a specific topic, and even if the topic's not that interesting to you, you still want to like be completely well-rounded in that discussion. You don't want to be superficial about it. You hate the small talk for the most part. It's like somebody who wants to, I wanna share and learn and teach like through this conversation. So keep up. I don't think you deal with rudeness very well at all either, or somebody who is being rude to others. I think you are a person who's very kind of protective. Say if someone is like talking out of line, and even if you aren't necessarily close to the person who is being berated, it's like you may be that person, depending on your mood in the situation, to be like, who you talking to? No. Like you're not gonna sit there and just let somebody just like watch somebody just get berated or treated poorly because they can't defend themselves or they don't know how to defend themselves, and you can. Like, let's see if you talk to me like that. Let's see. It's like you may have been like a older sibling or something like that. Like you may have, if you have siblings, you may be the older sibling, or the protector of the group. It's giving that. It's like you're not necessarily messy, but I dare you to try it because you don't like to see people just get away with stuff like that. It's like, I'll be your karma. Like you have to get your karma real quick, and here it is. Hello, it can be you sometimes. And I say that with my whole chest because the thing that sparks people's curiosity and what attracts them is this emperor energy. Even though, and it's the opposite. It's like there's this polarity to you, where justice is that Libran energy, is very Venus oriented. It's polite, but it's fair. The Emperor sets the rules. It's Mars. It's Aries energy. It's literally the opposite end of that spectrum. You know, when it's upright, it doesn't have to be controlling or dominating. No, but it does keep its boundaries. It does have a firm hand, and like it does not like it doesn't step to you in fear or diminishing itself to make itself smaller. The Emperor is the last one to make himself smaller to appease somebody else. So it's like you give gentle giant. Gentle giant. That's not a thing about your height, but you may be tall. And you're also very self-assured or very direct or blunt about like how you say whatever you need to say or how you come across, or like what it is. It's like you don't really beat around the bush. You're not really afraid of rejection. You're not really afraid of feeling like you're too much, or feeling like I'm too direct. Even in your love life, it's like, baby, if I want you, I want you. Like I'm not gonna sit around and just like if you ain't coming fast enough, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know, hey, I'm into you. Let's do this. You know. And I think that's sexy. like it's not like people get that confused. So get that confused so much with like chasing somebody. It's not chasing. It's not like anybody, whether male or female, that leads with their heart and honesty and says the thing that they feel about a person or what they want to do with a person. That's not chasing. That's an honest ass person. That's the person who's not playing games. That's the person who's not waiting to be chosen, but also ashamed of being chosen. Like, no, choose yourself. Go get what you want. Grab that person and tell them what you like. Tell them what you want. And you can do it in the most respectful way without it being too forward. Like, you know, it's like, it's not about what you say, it's how you say it. So it's like, I have a lot of respect for women, especially, who are not afraid to go after a man that they want in a way that's like comfortable for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you gotta like mac on them like how a woman expects to be approached by some nasty man. I'm saying like, it's okay to let someone know that you're interested and that you want to take things to another level. What's wrong with that? Nothing. It signals to the other person, the man, that, okay, you into me and you ain't playing no games about it. Right? Who doesn't like that? But, and I think that's one of the most attractive qualities about you. You're not afraid to be like, I want what I want. I like what I like. And when do I want it? Right now. So yes or no? No? Okay, cool. Or yes, let's go. Like, it's just that easy. It's not complicated. And the last card, how you trigger people as well, like on a subconscious level, is the same thing about how you kind of attract them. This strength card itself. So all this fire energy, baby. It's saying like sometimes your strength or like your capacity to stand with your chin up, you know, through adversity, your ability to be able to just do the thing that needs to be done without like sidestepping or hesitating, can be very triggering for people. Triggering for people who don't necessarily have that same quality, they don't feel like they do. You may get accused of being too much, too dominant, too hard, especially if you're a woman, too hard. But for the people who get it, who are for you, who respect that, it's the Nine of Pentacles. Baby, it's independence, it's everything, it's the most attractive thing about you. The Nine of Pentacles is like that's the standard. That's what I want. That's the type. That's it. Like, ooh, that's what I desire that, because like for other strong-willed and passionate people who are like you, they see themselves in you in a positive way. The people who are weak-minded and hesitate and unsure and insecure and have no boundaries, guess what? They also hold a mirror to you, but they see the worst parts, it triggers them. And that's just what it is. So for you, more than any pile, I feel like this is the most balanced. And you, more than any pile, are literally that type that you love it or you hate it. There ain't no in between. There's no in between. You love it, you can stand it, or you just can't. And this is what it is. Story of your life, right? The signs I see: Libra, Taurus, Gemini, Aries, Leo. Did I say that already? And Virgo. Sound off in the comments. Let me know how this resonated. If this resonated, you can always book a personal reading. I love you. I mean it. Remember, if you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings in all we do. Bye.
If you got spirit, spirit got you.
What's up, pile number 3? Welcome to your reading on their secret thoughts about you. What do they secretly think about you? They being just people in general. It may veer off into maybe a specific person, but you have to use your intuition. If it feels like, oh, I think this is this person, take it for what it is. But the vibes, the vibes are kind of romantic with this pile. Whether you're dating somebody, whether you date or not, it's a part of your personality or how you're perceived. Hear me out. I rolled the dice and you got Jupiter and Pisces in the 5th house. That means that you have a lot of luck and a lot of maybe you give off a lot of exaggerated vibes of romance and fun. There's something very fun about you, or like really relatable. So anytime I see Jupiter in the 5th house, it's an expansion of your romantic life, not love life per se, but like say dating, how you attract people, like how you that playful kind of romance, like it's dates, it's situationships, it's online dating, it's this before you enter like an actual agreement with a person that you're going to be like in a relationship. It's kind of that. It also blesses you with an abundance of creativity, and creativity doesn't have to be like the standard like artistic form of creativity, like when you think of like someone who can paint or draw or sing or dance, but you probably can do that stuff. But it's like it means that you have a very active imagination, almost like how kids kind of lose that part of themselves as they get older sometimes, or we repress it. That was none of that with you. Like you dream big, you have a wild imaginations, and if you channel that energy into like say creativity, it works for you. Like I said, creativity doesn't have to be like an ability to make physical forms of art, but it's a very mental thing. You may be a great storyteller. You may be really good at putting together what's going on behind the scenes because of this active. You can almost visualize what's going on without being there. You can picture things very easily. You have like a very strong mind's eye, so you may be a little bit clairvoyant. Especially with Jupiter and Pisces, you may have a sense of extrasensory perception, right? Sometimes that's a great thing, and other times it can be challenging to for you to distinguish your own imagination from like say reality. Like people may think of you as not dramatic, as in like say that Leo dramatic, but like you may take a nugget of truth and it may blow up or turn into something that's more exaggerated than it really is. That may be a side effect of that. but that's generally just like your actual personality is what I'm kind of getting. It's also the sense of optimism, and you relate to people really easily. But the Two of Cups is how you show up. The Two of Cups is like, it's the thing that people see in you and you kind of want to be seen as. So you like to find the common ground with people. You like people to like you. You want to be liked, like most people. That doesn't give a strong sense of somebody who I don't care what you think. You very much kind of care what people think. Even if you say you don't care, you kind of care. In a sense, especially when it comes from like people misreading you or misunderstanding you. You may invest a little bit more effort than you should when it comes down to that, but how you show up is the Two of Cups. You want to be relatable. You want to share. You want to always show up as like equals. You never want to dominate anybody, and you damn sure don't want anybody to dominate you. That's the energy. It could also come across as someone who is kind of romantic in a sense. Like people want to see you in the light of somebody who is a hopeful romantic, a hopeless romantic. I say hopeful, a hopeless romantic. So it's like you may get a lot of attention from like say people who want to date you, or people like develop crushes on you really easily when you're not like even in that mode. People may mistake your kindness a lot of times, not for weakness, but for being interested. Like there's so many times when people like misinterpret like your genuine interest and kindness for you being romantically like flirting with them or something like that. You just have that vibe, you know? I bet there's even situations where other people have been jealous because they think that you are trying to take their man or take their one. It's like, no, you just that type of person. And sometimes like I think there's this thing where like say if someone is in a relationship, like say you have a friend and your friend is in a relationship with somebody and you just meet their like partner or whatever, and you're actively engaging, and like all the partner can talk about after that moment is you know, oh, your friend so and so da 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 da, and like your friend kind of getting mad like what, you like them or something, like and depending on how secure or insecure your friend is, they may get a little jealous. Like, I can't bring my partner around your ass no more. And it's like, what did I do? Nothing. Like, so you have that energy without knowing or trying to give that energy. You know, you may have also been falsely accused of being a pick-me, which I hate that term, to be honest with you, because I think everybody wants to be picked. Like, maybe that's just my Leo rising brain, like, kind of seeing it from that way. But it's like, I think everybody wants to be chosen by somebody. Like, why is it such a shameful thing to want to be picked? But anyway, that's a side tangent. What sparks the curiosity about you, or what maybe gets their attention about like how they secretly think about you? The Four of Wands comes up. On my end is some reverse. You may have a hard time taking a compliment. You may have a hard time like letting yourself just show up in a way where it's like if somebody wants to give you a compliment about something, especially if it's something that's creative or something like that's subjective, like, oh, you did that really well, or you sing very well, or you look very like really good. It's like you have a hard time just accepting the compliment without either giving one back or without like diminishing yourself a little bit in the compliment. It's like, oh, this whole thing, or like, oh, you know, like I don't know it, I don't think it looks that great, or like whatever. It's like instead of saying thank you, you have a hard time accepting the compliments that people genuinely will give you, and that kind of sparks people's interest a little bit, because it's like on one hand they see it as well, this person definitely isn't full of themselves, but on the other hand it's like it can read a little bit as insecure, or like why can't you just take the compliment like what it was meant to be? On a side note, you may have a hard time, like for that energy, like you being like a people person. I think there's also like this very introverted side to you where like it takes a lot. You get maybe really burnt out or really drained at the idea of having to be around a lot of people, or like being in situations where like you have to be fake happy. What I mean by fake happy, like say if like you would be the person who does not go to your family functions, or like go to the family reunion or the cookout, if you feel like God is gonna be like, it's gonna like take everything out of me to put on a happy face and pretend I really want to be here with these people I barely like. And so you may just not show up or give an excuse or whatever, and people may see that as like, why can't you just have fun with us, or why can't you join in the celebration? Or like say when say if you're at work or something like that, and they're going out for drinks or something for a celebration or like whatever, it's like you don't necessarily feel comfortable in those situations a lot of times. I don't know why or what that is. The Hermit, there we go. Some of y'all are very much loners. It's not personal. I just don't want to. It just drains me. I act awkward. It gives me panic vibes. Like I get anxious. I don't. If this is better for me if I'm not there, it's probably better for everybody else if I'm not there too. Like y'all have a better time, and that may not be true. That people who really would want you there, it's like they don't think of it like, oh, if you're gonna be like that, then don't come. No, it's like girl, we will get you comfortable. You will relax with us. They're. It's like they don't see it that way. They see it more like you don't want to partake in the fun, or you don't want to get out the house, or like whatever it is. And some people may take it personally, is what I'm trying to say. So that may be a source of a lot of different ideas as to like, what are they doing? Why don't they want to be here? Like, is it me? Are they just better than everybody else? Because you know how people, like, when people don't understand something, or like if they don't have a concrete answer as to why some kind of behavior is been portrayed, or like why someone's doing something, they're gonna fill in the gaps with their own stories, like, you know. And sometimes those stories aren't necessarily accurate or flattering. But on a subconscious level, how you may trigger or attract people, like what they secretly think about you. The Tower in reverse, the Four of Swords. Sometimes people just want to like push your buttons and get you to react. I get that energy from you. Like sometimes people, it's like it seems like for no reason. It's like sometimes you may feel like I'm just minding my business, and somebody just wants to just they feel real comfortable about it too. Like they'll just sit there and say some slick ass shit, just some slick stuff, and wait and see what you're gonna say or see what you're gonna do. Like it's like they test you, and it's probably because like sometimes you don't give them the reaction that they want to get from you, or like people who want to get closer to you and they feel like they can't, or maybe you don't respond, like say to a text message for a while. Like, so I feel like that's a thing for you. They may automatically go to like protest text messages, which is like when that person like wants to basically get a reaction out of you just to see like okay, well, you answered to that, didn't you? It's like, oh, you got my message because you responded to that. Or like, you know, they want to see you get riled up, and sometimes they do this to see if they have the power over you, because you seem a lot of times maybe to yourself or reserved, or like trying to be unbothered. And the thing about that is you still become unshakable. You don't give them what they want. I feel like most of the time, like unless they say some real off the wall stuff, or like or depending on the relationship you have with that person, like how close you are to them, you don't normally take the bait. It's like, okay, I'll be that then. I'll, you know, blocked, or like I'll be that then. I'm just not gonna respond. Or I'm just gonna look at you crazy and blink. Like you give that energy. Like I'm not gonna take the bait. And so that can be like a thing for some people. Like you get into this loop of like people trying to like pick at you, or like poke the bear, trying to get you to like go off because they just, for different reasons. But I feel like for the most part you be in your peace, and some people just can't stand that, because it's like people have a hard time knowing where they stand with people who are always just kind of emotionally detached, like from like the people's reactions and stuff. Like you're not, even if you're seething on the inside, even if you're like, you know what, I could really just punch you in the face right now, you won't do it, and you won't show that, because you know something inside of you, like that's power. You're very intuitive on that level. You know when people are genuinely trying to express something, or if they just trying to like push your buttons to get some attention or something. That's just you though, but that's what people see you as that. So what people secretly think of you, they think a lot of things, and they're probably wrong about most of them, because you don't necessarily come across as a person that is an open book. But let's pull some of these and call it out. Call it a day. How about that? Last quarter moon in Gemini. Say less. That's you. Be saying less and less and less and less. That means your words probably carry a lot of weight. We also have no clear conclusion. For me, that gives like somebody like, you don't always explain yourself when you're done. When you're done, you're like, okay, well, I don't feel like even telling you why I'm done all the time. It's not ghosting so much as like, I don't see the point of being all dramatic about it or going back and forth when I've already made my decision that I'm not going to talk to you no more. or I've already made my decision about like this is what this is. To them, it's like to them they don't feel like they get a clear conclusion as to what happened or closure or something like that. It's like closure, I can't give you closure. Closure is going to be something that you have to come to the conclusion with on your own and accept the fact that this ain't a thing no more. Whatever that means to you, the long haul. But it's not to say that you don't keep people in your life who deserve to be there. Like you're a very loyal friend and you're very, like I said, a people person in a sense. People do matter to you, but this is about the wrong people. I feel like if they're doing this much guessing about you or trying to figure it out this hard, the person's probably not that close to you anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Now that's it. Bottom of the deck, safe at home. That's the whole thing. If you make me feel safe, then we can be cool. We can kick it. And if you make me feel safe, then I'm going to open up. But if you don't, then you're not going to get access to me. And I'm sorry. It's just what it is. Like my safety over everything, emotionally, everything. I see Cancer. I see Sagittarius. I see Virgo. I see Pisces. I see Leo. I see Aquarius. I see Libra. Sound off in the comments. Let me know how this resonated. If this resonated, remember you can always book a personal reading. I love you. I mean it. And remember, if you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings and all we do.